What if I told you that in the next 15 minutes, you build an AI agent that can read any PDF document and give you intelligent summaries, key insights, and answer specific questions about the content, all with just Python and a few lines of code? That's exactly what we will be building today. It's quite an interesting project. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a working PDF AI agent, perfect for students, researchers, lawyers, and even business professionals. No prior AI experience needed. We build step by step. Real practical tool you can use immediately for your own documents. You can get rid of the hassle of reading everything in a PDF because you can just have a summary and read the most important points and reduce your stress. Today, we are creating the ultimate PDF processing assistant. Upload any PDF document, get intelligent summaries in seconds, ask specific questions about the content, choose different summary styles. Think of it as your personal document analysis assistant that never gets tired. So, what is an AI agent? An AI agent is basically an AI system that can think, plan, and take actions to achieve goals. Unlike a simple chatbot that just responds to questions, agent can use tools, make decisions, and work through multi-step problems. Some real-world examples include personal assistants that can book appointments, customer service bots that can access databases, or even research agents that can gather information from multiple sources. And why are we using LangChain? Well, LangChain makes building these agents incredibly straightforward. It handles all the complex orchestration between the AI model, tools, and memory system. So, basically, LangChain has three main components. And the main components include the LLM, which is the large language model, which is basically the brain that makes the decision. It has the tools. These are the actions that the agents can take. And it has the memory. This is how the agent remembers previous interactions. Well, for the brain of our agent, we have great choices today. We have two options that you can use as LLMs. And the first option that I am going to use in this tutorial is Groq, which is lightning fast, generous, free tier, great for learning. And we have OpenAI, which has a model variety, established ecosystem, but both work identically with LangChain. We also have agent types. We have React agents, which comes from the combination of the first two initials of reasoning and action. We have plan and execute agents, and we have conversational agents. We are using a React agent today. It's perfect for beginners and incredibly powerful. I said Groq is lightning fast and has a generous free tier, perfect for document processing. You just need to navigate to console.groq.com. You can create an account with Google or GitHub to get started. You then navigate to API keys and you create a new API key. Copy and save securely. For OpenAI also offers excellent document understanding capabilities. You just need to go to platform.openai.com, create account or sign in, navigate to API keys section, create a new secret key, copy and save securely. Remember, security first. We're going to be using environment variables. So we are going to create a .env file and then store these keys. It's your choice. You can either have a Groq API key or an OpenAI API key. And I want us to get started by having our requirements and initializing our VNV environment, activating our virtual environment. Sorry, you can see I already have the documents here. I have some documents. I have some AI tools and prompts and the CV. These are some documents I would like to summarize and to get a summary and to get some explanation or to get explanation on certain points from the documents. And I have my VENV. And the way you do this is you come here in your terminal, in your root directory. Make sure you are in your root directory, as you can see here. And if I want to create a virtual environment, I'm just going to write Python. I'm just going to write this command, and this is going to create my virtual environment. So if you don't have a virtual environment, you can write this, and the way I'm going to activate my virtual environment is by writing venv, and then I'm going to navigate to my scripts, and then I'm going to activate. So this is the way to activate virtual environment in Windows. Okay, and if I don't want to be in the virtual environment anymore, I'm going to write deactivate, and I'm no longer in the virtual environment. So that's how you activate and deactivate your virtual environment. This is for Windows. I don't really know about MacBook or any other OS, but this is how you do it in Windows. So make sure you activate the virtual environment in your OS so that we can be able to work well with our dependencies. And once I've done this, I want to show you the requirements or the dependencies that you're going to be needing. So I'm just going to write pip freeze requirements.txt. When I write this, you can see some of the requirements I've been needing. Okay, I don't think I need all of this, but let me just narrow this down. I need the LangChain, LangChain Community, LangChain Core, LangChain Groq, LangChain OpenAI. And I need typing, inspect, tick token, typing inspection, and typing extensions. Now I'm going to have this in my GitHub repo. You can see all the requirements, but the most important are the Groq, LangChain, LangChain Community, LangChain Core, LangChain Groq. This LangChain OpenAI, if you're going to be using OpenAI. For the LLM, we have two choices. I decided to go with Groq because I think Groq is also amazing, and of late, it has expanded its variety in terms of models. So it's becoming more powerful. It's very fast, and it has it's beginner friendly, and it's also cost friendly. So you can use Groq as your LLM, or you can go ahead and use OpenAI as your LLM. The choice is yours, but I'm going to be working with Groq. And I also have Pydantic Core, and another very important package is the PyPDF2, because this is the library that we'll be using to pass our PDF. And we also have the .env. Now you can have pip install python.env, or you can just pip install .env. It's all the same because we need to store some secret keys and we cannot have them exposed. We're going to have them in our .env file. So that's it. And once you're done with this, you can now go over to your OpenAI or Groq platform to obtain the secret keys, the API secret keys. So I would like us to now get started, and I would get started by creating my .env file and having my secret variable. That's my Groq API key. I'm just going to create a .env file, and have my Groq API key pasted in. So this is what you should be having. If you're using OpenAI, then you should have an OpenAI API key pasted in your .env file. And also to note, I have a document file. You can see I have a document folder, and I have two PDFs that I can summarize. Make sure you have a PDF file that you can work with, or something you'd want to summarize, or something you'd like to work with so you can test out whether your agent will be working. Now, we will be working with LangChain. Every LangChain agent has three main components. The first component is the LLM, which is a large language model. That's the brain that makes the decisions. We have the tools. These are actions that the agent can take. Example is a web search or a calculator. And then we have the memory. This is how the agent remembers previous interaction. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to start by creating the tool, and the main tool is the PDF summarizer tool. So, for our PDF summarizer tool, we need to have these imports, and we need to have these libraries installed. Most of all, you need to have the PyPDF2, which is super important. This is given by default by Python, and you need to have this library typing. You need to have LangChain. You need to have LangChain Groq, and all of these libraries that are just listed here. All of these libraries are super important. All of these imports are super important, as we are going to be using them to create our PDF summarizer tool. So if you don't have any of these, or if you're missing one of these dependencies, make sure you go ahead and install the dependency. Now, I want to start by defining a very special class that is going to help us define our path to our PDF file. This is going to define the input that we need. So I'm just going to create the class right here. So the class is going to look like this, and you can see we have this class, a PDF input, and is inheriting from a base model which is offered by Pydantic. So that's why this import was super important. So this gives the file path, which is simply the path to the PDF file, and it gives the instruction on how we want the summary. And we're also going to go ahead and create our main summarizer tool, which is the actual tool that is going to be summarizing our PDF. So I'm also going to just paste this right in, and I have my PDF summarizer tool pasted right here, and we have the name, which is just giving an identity to the tool, and we calling it a PDF summarizer. We have the description, which defines the job of the tool, which is basically to read and summarize PDF documents with some custom instructions, which we'll see later on how this works. And then now here we now go ahead to call our PDF input. This is the PDF input that we just created here above, and that's what we're going to pass right here to our argument schema. And we have the main function, which now does the main job of summarizing and extracting our PDF and getting the text and doing the summary. So I'm going to open this with a try except block, which catches any error. So in case we fail to open or to process the PDF, we're going to have an error being returned. But if everything is okay, then we go ahead to open our PDF file, and we're going to read and extract the text from the PDF file thanks to the help of PyPDF2, which is a library that we can use to extract text from our PDFs and extract any kind of content that we need. So with this, we are going to join the text from different PDF pages. So you might have one PDF file that has many pages, but we are going to extract the text and join the text from every file in every page of your PDF. And once we get the text, we're going to check whether the text is exceeding characters of 12,000. So if the length is longer than 12,000, we are going to cut that short or truncate that, and that's what we're going to be working with. And then here we have a prompt to feed to our LLM and our large language model. For this case, as I said, you have two options. I will be using Groq. You can go ahead and be using OpenAI, but I'll be using Groq, and I have this model right here, which is a Groq model. And we're going to be passing this prompt to our LLM. And you can see what this prompt says: a PDF summary request, and we have some instructions which are going to be passed here. And we also have the text which we got from our PDF. Remember, we opened our PDF file and we mapped through the pages and we checked for every text and we extracted all the text. And if the text was exceeding a length of 12,000, then we are going to truncate the text, and that's the text that we are going to be passing right here. This is the text right here, and we're going to be telling the AI to also provide a comprehensive summary based on the instructions. So with that, we can invoke our LLM and talk to our LLM directly, giving it the prompt and waiting for it to return the content. So when you give those instructions to the LLM, we now return the content, and we return the response by the LLM, and it's obviously going to be a summary based on the instruction that the user has given. So this is it for our PDF summarizer tool. So it's now time to go ahead and create our agent using LangChain. And I'm going to create a main.py file, and straight off the top I'm going to import these. I'm going to have these imports at the top, and you can see I have my .env to load my .env variables. I have my PDF tool which I just created. I have my LangChain agents, and this is where we initialize our agent and our agent type, and we have LangChain Groq again. We are going to use Groq again as an LLM. Now I want to initialize my agent, my actual agent. And remember, I told you LangChain agent has three main components. I keep on repeating. We have the LLM, which is the brain of the operation. We have the tools, and we have the memory. So I want to initialize my first LangChain agent, And here is my LangChain agent, and here is my agent that is going to be summarizing and doing the work for us, and summarizing the PDF file, sorry. So there's something interesting about this is that you can have as many tools as you want, and I think this is pretty amazing and pretty powerful. You can have a tool to search the web, do research and gather the information, and you can also have another tool to summarize your PDF, and you can also have another tool that is going to be chatting or doing the customer care service, which I think is amazing because you can combine many tools with one agent, and they are all going to work as you want, as long as you add them to the tools. And LangChain agents are actually super powerful because they combine quite a lot of things. If you ask me, they combine the memory, they combine the tools, and they combine the LLM, which makes you have a very powerful tool to use and a very powerful agent. So that's something I like about LangChain. So with this, we can now go ahead to actually have our first example and have our first PDF being summarized. And you're also going to give instructions to our agent to do some things and and return a summary in the way that we want. So let me go ahead and create my main function. And now with my main function here, you can see I'm starting by loading the environment variables, and I am printing these to tell the user that we have activated the agent and show the user some UI, to display some UI so that they can know that they need to input some details. And we have this loop, and we have already initialized our agent right here. This is the function right here, and you can see here we are initializing the agent, and we are passing the tools. We are passing the LLM, which is this Groq, and we are giving this agent type right here, which is structured chart 0 short react description. Remember, I said our type of agent is the React agent, which does the work of reasoning and acting. So from the two initial letters of from reasoning and acting, we get the word react. So we have our React agent, and it's going to be reasoning and acting, and we have the variables, and we have the handle passing errors through. So we also return an error if things are not okay, and we're going to see that error being printed in our terminal if we have an error. And we have our main function, which basically just loads the environment variables at the beginning, prints this out, and we initialize this loop, which is an endless loop, and it's only going to be broken if the user types the word quit. So you can see here, if user input to lower is equals to quit, then we are going to break our loop, and the process is going to be terminated. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and invoke our agent using the user input. And let's have an example. Let's just do this. And for this to start, we're just going to write Python main.py. I'm going to save. I've not saved that. That's why I did not get anything. So Python main.py. The reason why this is not running is because I have not added this line of code to actually run my main function. So sorry. So if I add this line of code and so that whenever I start this, whenever I write this in my terminal, we should be running the main method. So I've added this line of code, and let me just clear and run this again. Python main.py. Now we should be having our display and should be ready to start. Yeah, exactly. So we are now being told to write our PDF request, and I want to do something. So I want to start by telling my agent to compare uh, page 2 and 5 of my PDF. Let's see how this is going to go. So you can see what just happened. We can see we have these nice summary, and we have these details, and you can see I was trying to compare between page 2 and 5 of my PDF file, and you can see the introductory section introduces the concept of brain drop AI simple and provides an overview. The section 5 that starts with 15 game-changing prompts, a list of 15 prompts that can be used with AI to generate. You can see we have the summary. I'm getting the summary as I want. And you can see we even have this action and even a thought. The observation from the previous action provides a detailed comparison of pages 2 and 5. Nice. And we have an action, a final answer, and and we have this the action input. The introductory section of page 5 provides an overview of the brain drop, while page 5 lists 15. So it even gives me a difference of what I should a difference between page 2 and 5. It gives me a summary of my page 2 and 5. This is actually very powerful because you can be using it in so many situations. You can only imagine of situations where you're trying to revise for a test, an exam as a student, and you need to summarize some of the things that you want to study. There are many cases you can use this. Let me give it another instruction that I want, and I'm just going to write the word quit to see if my yeah, you see, even when I write quit, as you can see just at the top here, I'm going to break this loop because this is an endless loop. So when I write quit, I break and terminate the process. Let me just clear this and start this again. And I want to feed my agent with some other instruction. So I'm going to ask this agent. This might seem to you, if you've ever worked with RAG, that is retrieval augmented generation, this is kind of the same concept, if I'm not wrong, because in RAG you're dealing with a vector database where you are giving AI your data, and it replies to users based on the data. This is somehow the same thing, but it's not the same thing. But it's somehow the same thing if you ask me. But it's quite an amazing tool and it's quite interesting. So I'm going to ask, what are the main AI tools in. So I'm going to refer to my document, and this document right here is I'm just going to show you a quick snippet, and this document right here is a document summarizing some of the best AI tools and some of the best prompts that you can use for your business, your startup, or any kind of idea that you want to start, or any online business. These are some of the best prompts to get started, and it introduces you to some of the most powerful AI tools that I work with personally to make these tutorials possible, to make a lot of things possible in my day-to-day life. So if you want this, I have the link down in my description. You can get this document, you can get this file just for free.
and you're just going to subscribe and get these in your email. So if you want the file, the link is down below. So let's continue. So I want to get the main AI tools, and I'm just going to ask what are the main AI tools in my PDF. And you can see how it summarizes all the AI tools. These AI tools were in different sections, but it has come up with a summary of all the AI tools and all the content, and it has given me a very nice summary. And you can also see down here, I'm still getting the summary, and the finish chain, and all these wonderful, beautiful display, and a very nice response. So this is the end of my short tutorial on how you can create your first agent using LangChain and Python. I hope you enjoyed this. If you found this insightful or educational, or you found this to give you a new idea, or it inspired you, you can hit the subscribe button, you can hit the like button. And if you want a list of these AI tools and you want to learn more about working with AI, how you can prompt AI better, how you can make AI actually work for you, then the link is down below in the description. You can get the free PDF, you can get the file to get you started. Thank you. See you in the next one.